Welcome back everyone to Let's Play War on the Sea in the US campaign, episode number 8. The situation is pretty dire here, and I think that everyone would echo the same sentiment. It's time to get some reinforcements. We know that they won't make it immediately, but it may even be time to redirect Task Force 7. Now, we're on patch 1.07, for those of you who are interested in trying to figure out which patch I'm on. There's been some updates on this. I didn't see anything about correcting the 000 bug, so we'll still be careful about that. It did reset all my orders. So none of my ships have orders now. I'm gonna treat that as a blessing. Let's just go ahead and try to figure out what exactly we want to do with everyone. But first, I think like everyone wants to know, what am I gonna do? We're gonna get some reinforcements. The Bagley. You spoiled the surprise, Bagley. So yeah, I'm gonna get a couple of destroyers to go with us. Now, the Gridleys and the Bagleys are both, I think, pretty good secondaries, or pretty good escorts. Let's see, is there any real difference between them? Really, no. There's almost no difference between them. I guess they're just modeled almost exactly the same. Gridley, Bagley, yeah, about the same. Should be, yeah, there's basically no differences between them whatsoever. So it really just depends on what we want to do. Now the Gridley and Craven have already volunteered for escort duty. So we'll go ahead and take some Bagleys this time just to mix it up. These cost 6 points each. I really hope I did my math right. I did not double check my math, but I'm not normally, if it's not on camera, I'm not normally terrible at math. We'll see if this works out. So I'm going to grab the Bagley herself and Blue. And they're going to start off this. And those are pretty weak destroyers, but we're going to borrow a page right out of the Japanese playbook here. Not because I necessarily want to, but because it just is going to work out that way. Now the Brooklyn, I think this is probably undervalued. I mean, this is just a really good cruiser you can get for only 14 points. I mean, it's only 4 points more than the Fletcher. I'm sorry, but I would take a Brooklyn. I would take 2 Brooklyns instead of 3 Fletchers any day of the week and twice on Sunday. So I know the Fletchers are very good, but the Brooklyns, they're also very good. I mean, you lose torpedoes, but you get just a much, much better ship, in my opinion. Very good armor. I mean, this is a light cruiser because it's not that heavy, but it still packs a wallop. One downside of it, it's using 6-inch guns. We can see some light cruisers, some cruisers. I mean, this is the difference. Do you go with 6-inch? Do you go with 8-inch? So the Brooklyns use a 6-inch, but it's going to be a good secondary for us. So we're going to go ahead and grab secondary engagement entity, something. We'll grab the Brooklyn and the Philadelphia. So where things are lining up in the 2-2. We have 40, I guess, can I remove? I guess it's not too late. I can always undo. So we have, I may have done my math wrong. 12. No, yeah, this is going to work out. Yeah, so we have 46 points left, which is 2 more than 2 times 22. If that gives us any hint about where I'm going with this. Yes, there are a lot of cruisers, heavy cruisers, with 22 points. The one I really like out of all of them, I really like the Portland class. So it gives us a quite a good ship. The armor is a little bit heavier than the New Orleans. The only difference being that the turret is higher. The turret is extremely low, 2.5. Bridge 1.5 versus 2.5. So there are some vulnerabilities in the Portland, but generally heavier armor. So a surface radar of 24 nautical miles, that's going to be useful for detecting the enemy, especially at nighttime. Anyways, I think we'll just go with the Portland, grab 2, and then, well, that's it. So the Portland and Indianapolis, she's not going to have, well, we don't know what the future may hold, but she's not going to be busy ferrying around secret weapons, not right now at least. I mean, not for 3 more years at least, but less than 3 years. So we're going to commandeer her into our little makeshift new, like I said, just like the Japanese. I haven't really thought about a formation to run yet. I think we might try to do, okay, let's see, a circular, don't really like that. What about a 3-column? Don't really like that either. We'll go with a 2-column then. We'll have the Bagley and the Blue lead, so that's fine. And I think I'll put my main cruisers in the middle, and my light cruisers will follow up. I have to say I'm not like a huge fan of this formation. I'd rather do it this way just so it looks nice. So Bagley, blue in the front, Portland and Indianapolis in the middle, Brooklyn and Philadelphia bringing up the rear. Not ideal. I mean, this would probably be a little bit better if we had Atlanta's in the back or something, but this is still a good enough formation. It'll leave us with 2 command points. Yeah, that's it. So done, and let's go. We knew that it was necessary, so we had to get it going eventually. They're going to set a course right for the action. So we'll do something like this. I like having that diagonal path there. Yeah, I'm sure that we'll end the episode and have to redo all the orders again. So do I want my submarines to continue? I do. I just wish that we had done a little bit of a better job spotting these. And maybe it's because I used the... I probably could have used the better American submarines. The submarine is the word I'm looking for. So I'm using Timbers, but they gave us actually have a slightly better radar range, I noticed. 10, 22... No, that's not true. What is it that I noticed was different? Just the guns? Huh, maybe just the guns. Okay, well in that case they should be identical, so I don't regret anything. What are they going to do? Yeah, we're just going to move them into the Solomon Sea. Kind of what they were already intending to do. So we'll keep doing that. And this one's going to try to cut off entrance to the slot, so we'll move him maybe this way, and then try to stay in shallowish waters. Or not too shallowish waters. The opposite of what I just said. Same kind of deal here. Just going to try to cut off the slot. If we can cut off access to the slot, we hopefully can take Guadalcanal. And that might be where Task Force 7 needs to go. So the main predicament at this point is how do we deal with this enemy? Now, it's 3.7 hours. That's going to put us at night. I would love to get a night engagement with the Triton. Let's be even a little bit more aggressive, I think, moving this way. Yeah, because they're going to be moving pretty slow. If they're moving towards Rennell Island, this should be about the intercept. So we're plotting an intercept, predicted intercept. Carrier, much too important, just going to keep moving out. And the destroyer is going to move in a protective rear guard for our carrier. And I think that covers everything, so after nearly 10 minutes of introduction, we'll get to the... Whoop. Yeah, I'm going to go with it. I'm still going to try to take Rennell Island. I think it's the best thing for us to do, and then immediately jump back to Guadalcanal after that. I don't think we have enough troops to take Guadalcanal as is. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. Alright, on we go. Let's see if our big plan... Yeah, works out. They weren't moving, I was a little worried about that, but okay, you can RTB, because I believe you have already used up all your ordnance. Enterprise is ready to launch. I just want to make sure I'm not crazy. Might as well try. What? So when they say 1700, do they actually mean 1900? Because they allow you to start launching at 5 in the morning. Well, anyway, let's just send them this way. This is scouting. We're not going to be engaging, but this is good scouting information. Ah, okay. Well, good luck, Timber. Oh, well, we actually have to do this. Okay, so they're probably going to go and strafe the water. Yeah, I don't think you need to come along for this one. Well, I thought I would bring you in just to watch them. I'm underwater at 50 feet. Oh, okay. Well, they did not strafe me this time. Well, I guess I get to eat my words. I thought that they would do it, but I'll just leave it this one, and we'll come back when the action's over with. Okay, back on the strategic map. All eyes on this Wildcat. I'm not sure if it's been an hour. We might get... Oh my gosh, they are so darn close. Well, they are where I thought they were. So... Just gonna put the submarine ahead of them. I think, oh, wait, whoa. Go track. This is interesting. There they are. Man, you're too slow, Triton. Get on the surface. Give me 19 knots. I don't know. I don't know about this. Is it possible for me to make a torpedo run? These are very fast ships. "37 knots. Is it possible? I think not. I don't think so. But, okay, I need you out still. Can you... I don't know how this is working, by the way. Are multiple waypoints working now? No. Ah, you would think that they would fix that. I think there's been 2 patches since the last video. Come on, Triton, get there. This way. So there should be another one somewhere. We've kind of lost her. Is she further south? I mean, she's got to be here somewhere. She should be further north? We'll go back this way just to give us a little bit more time over target. Reset the counter. So there, now he's going home. The Triton is definitely trying to make her way to intercept, but we might need to intercept the other one, which I don't know where that is, and I just don't know why they would pick this. Oh my goodness. We made it. Okay, well, we're definitely moving now. We're definitely going to do this now. Cargo. Renal Island, here we go. Dropping off troops is now under our control. Fantastic. Okay, so we're definitely getting rid of our troops, our supplies, our fuel, our more supplies, that's good. Which, I mean, some of these supplies are going to be eaten up when we put the level 1 airfield on. More troops. Perfect. That was it. I mean, this is like the perfect combination of... I really think that this is a good group for a convoy. 2 destroyers, which gives you 500 troops. And you go with 5 of the transports. And that'll give you 1750 troops, 6,100 engineering, and then 100 fuel if you get the tanker. I think this is just ideal. So closing... I mean, this group is now going to beeline back home. And you know what? That's our new group. They've actually made a little bit of progress. They're zipping about. So Renal Island is now under our control. And the first thing I want to do is with 1,000 supplies, 100 engineering, 100 fuel, we got an airbase. Alright, we're definitely making progress. Renal Island is taken. Now, can we hold it? That's the big question. I need some... Oh man, I don't think I should engage with this, but I just need eyes. I need eyes, I need vision. And you do have radar, so hopefully I can spot someone before they actually get into combat. I hope. What is your radar, though? Farragut? Okay, surface is 11 nautical miles. That is not very close. I mean, that is... Yeah, that is way too close, I should say. Okay, they're fading this way, but it looks like they're heading up that way, so Triton's going out. Now, as soon as we can, I can now launch Yeah, can't launch, but will eventually be able to launch from Renal. This is fantastic support. The Wildcats can now be used in a more aggressive scouting role, or to take down float planes more aggressively, or we can do that with Renal Island. I mean, we just have two groups which can work together. And that's obviously a very nice thing. I don't think the Triton's going to catch them, but yeah, oh, this is good. This is still good. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to find the second one. which we still need a little bit more time. We have to make it through the night here. We'll do our usual loop around Naval Island. How are we doing over here? No contacts, but things are moving along nicely. There's been a lot of drama. I mean, I have felt it. It's been a lot of fun. Let me just let the game run a little bit but while I talk. It's just been very interesting the way everything's happened, the way we're getting these, you know, it's like movie scripted like detections of, you know, I didn't send the aircraft up into the slot last time because they were going to fly over too much land because of this game bug where the waypoints, they just fly back at the end of their first waypoint. So I just randomly decided to move them over to the west. What if I hadn't done that? So many unknowns. I mean, even spotting, like, I don't know, this has been a very interesting campaign. A lot of things which I don't think are going to be the norm have happened. A little nervous to take them any further this way, so we'll go ahead and move back now. Have Task Force 5 go here. Trident has found nothing, so we'll bring her back south. Or... it's so nice to have a surface fleet coming up, though. And I'm pretty confident this one can engage one of those transport groups. Now, what I suspect is that they're going up here for Guadalcanal. That will be my next stop. I think I may add a couple more cargo ships to this when we get back, assuming that we've got the points to manage it. If we can just get 20 more points, well, it's really only 18 that we need. So we need somebody to get some points for us. I don't think that you get command points, by the way, for occupying objectives, although that would make a whole lot of sense. I think it's kind of an unfortunate thing. Okay, Task Force 5 has an encounter. Oh, goodness. It's almost time for us to launch. Can we launch? Is it time? Can you just deploy them a little bit early, Enterprise? And the answer comes back a pretty solid no. Okay, well, we know what we need to do. First of all, Triton, we need you to make your way back this way. This could be, if we're really lucky, it could be a submarine. I'm just very, very skeptical about that. So let me save. And let's go. Alright, let's turn on radar right away. Visibility is going to be pretty bad. Sea state is 6. This is really, man, really something. I'll leave them in a formation for now. Let's go ahead and start. I'm pretty nervous about this. I'm really hoping what we see is torpedoes right away. Unfortunately, I think that's not... Oh! We did! Yes! I've never been so happy. Alright, Selfridge. Quickly break off to the left. Kick it up. I've never been so happy to see torpedoes being launched at me. I'm going to have Farragut also break off to the left. Because I suspect that they're going to be aiming where we're going, not where we're now turning towards. It makes you really doubt yourself before they make their break, but I think their break is going to be this way, and it appears that is the case. Steady up on whatever you're currently going. Should be good. Now we just have to remember that they came from over there. Sea State 6 is going to be very difficult to detect her at first. But we're going to be right on top of her very quickly. Okay, let's already start slowing down. We'll wait a little bit, and then we'll get Selfridge to also make her turn a little bit tighter. And she'll advance towards the submarine as Farragut just detects our enemy submarine. Do we actually see it? Because usually they're still on the surface right now. No, I mean, the sea is actually so choppy. This is cool. I mean, this is a nice touch that we can't see anything because the sea is actually too choppy. Going speed of around 6. Let's go ahead and start pinging. See what we can come up with. go up to 8 knots. Selfridge, sorry. Distracted you. Why are you not making... Oh, you're making an avoidance turn. I see. Yeah, forget that avoidance turn. We'll leapfrog them, I guess. It's a little bit weird. I thought for sure the Farragut would get a report. Let's slow her down to very slow. But man, this should be right about here. I might have dropped in a little bit shy. If I can, I would love the Farragut to actually give me a turn and, well, in a moment. Let the Selfridge go by you first. I'm still happy. Okay, so let me go ahead and do some of the hunting off camera, but we are expecting her to be here. No luck. Okay, yeah. I'll come back when we have something to report. Well, we got her. This is weird. I don't even know who detected her, but the Selfridge is actually almost right on top of her. I don't think we can see her. Anyway, we were going to have to swing around. We'll find out in a second if it's the Farragut or the... Yeah, look how close we are. We actually lost her again. It might have been the Selfridge who picked her up there, even though... Yeah, they're going 19. That's a little unbelievable. And how did the Farragut get up to 10 knots? That's not what I ordered. Anyway, we know where we need to go. We need to go this way a little bit. So let's do that. As far as the Selfridge goes, I'll try to line her up. Anyway, we saw her though. That's all we needed was, you know, it's a little bit fuzzy. I kind of wish they had a system where they just gave you a line. They were able to do this in cold waters. Just give you a line. So you didn't know exactly how close they are. It shouldn't be, I mean, I guess we would be getting a return and know how quickly that's happening, but in any case, I'm going to continue the hunt. The search goes on and on. Or does it? So I'm at about 6 knots right now, and... Oh, what do you know? The enemy submarine is about, I don't know, 300 yards ahead of me? A little bit below me? We're pinging away on active and we cannot detect her. I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just deep enough that this is just the perfect storm. It is sea state 6, so it's obviously going to be pretty hard to detect her. Let's try to take off active and see if I detect her then instead. I mean, just to experiment. If I have to, I can just drop depth charges as is, but I'll make sure we're staying at 8 knots. Yeah, we're down to 6 knots. So we're going really slow. Now, she is pretty deep. So maybe there's a layer? No layer. Huh. Yeah, I am confused. We are, like, right next to her. Well, anyways, I'll go ahead and try to do it the old-fashioned way. Blind. And I'll see. I'll report back what happens. Yeah, it's clear to me what happens, because even though I'm going right now 14 knots and my screws are making turns for, like, almost 20 knots, I think there's, like, that's weather-related. Solution is actually increasing. So, I don't know, I think it's just proximity, just purely based on distance. Anyway, we're gonna do what we do best as a destroyer. Start dropping depth charges. See how that goes for us. Okay, we lost her. Hopefully that's not that big of a deal. Use our last known. Yeah. I got a pattern of 5x ready to go. Just need a little bit more speed. This should be good. Did I not? What? What? No! Drop depth charges! Fire! No! Okay, alright. I think I'm gonna have to bring the other... Alright, well, we can still do this. We can still do this. I'm gonna have to bring the other destroyer over. We're gonna have to launch like in pair. It's gonna be weird, but I'll get it done. Okay, it's not the game's fault. It is my fault that the depth charges weren't launching. Selfridge has managed to do herself the considerable... we've launched all 60 depth charges, so she's just blank. Farragut's catching up. This is interesting though. We can charge and get an increase in our solution by targeting the submarine, which is currently actually only detected by the Selfridge. If I was to stop the Selfridge, we wouldn't be able to detect anything. Now, still doing the depth charge drop on this is going to be a little difficult. I think Farragut's fighting me here because she doesn't want to run into her sister ship. I'll have to do this maneuvering carefully, but I don't want to waste time. I still feel like we have more to do in this episode, although it's already been fun picking up the new task force. Nonetheless, I'm going to get this done, and then once we have some depth charges in the water, cut back. Depth charges are in the water. See what we get here. Looking good so far. And by the way, both of our... Ooh, nice. That's a good hit already. Both of our destroyers are flooding. Or from time to time are flooding because of the... Oh, that looks like a good one. Maybe? Well, we did some damage to her. We'll see if she blows ballast or not. Yeah, because we're actually flooding thanks to the really choppy waters, which is kind of cool. So yeah, you can see that we are still flooding. It's not listed as flooding, but I think it's not listed because we're actually technically controlling it. No, don't actually back up. Is she going down? Well, she just blew ballast. Oh my gosh, go forward quickly. Prepare to drop more depth charges. Probably not a full spread. Or is she just going down? Yeah, she's coming up to the surface. I don't want that to happen for obvious reasons. They're just gonna shoot me again. Damn it. So... hopefully we'll prevent that with some well-timed depth charges. More. Drop some more. Into the water. Did they launch? Yep, there they are. Okay, this is looking good. That was looking really good. Now! Oh, it's still good. I mean, it's definitely damage. Not as good as it could have been, though. Close, but no cigar. They say almost only counts... Ah, good, she's sinking. Okay, good. So then we can clear this up, we can get back to the map. Hooray! Sank her, she gives us 2 points. And no outstanding damage to our submarines. I mean, to our... hopefully never to be submarines. Destroyers. We don't like it when destroyers submerge. Right, so that was exciting because now we know they can definitely get through our picket. Well, I mean, that worked out really fortunately for us. First, we turned around Task Force 6, which was a good call. I don't want to go very much farther forward because at 5 o'clock, we're going to start launching. We need to start launching. We need to figure out what's going on here. Okay, so let me coordinate all my... I actually need to think a little bit what I want to do here. And I'll do that and I'll come back with a plan. Alright, so I think the most pressing matter for me is that I identify if there are aircraft off to the west. And I think this has to be a bigger, I mean not aircraft, but if there's a convoy over there. So that's the most pressing matter, and unfortunately, although I would like to kind of preemptively, I think that, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take a big risk here. This is not what I told myself I was going to do, but we're going with it anyway. I'm going to try to get the Dauntlesses up to Guadalcanal to beat the convoy there. I don't think it'll work, but we're going to go for it anyway. Might be able to get the second one. Now, as soon as we have more aircraft available for launch, we will launch them. But for now, we kind of need to protect ourselves. Okay, pause. I'm glad that pause works this time. So you guys will actually get there a little bit faster. I might need to just keep scouting. I am gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with a scout this way. and then I'll redirect them eventually. Now, when Enterprise can also launch, we're gonna start... Can she launch as well? Okay, 0.4 hours. Yeah, because she just did a huge wave of airplanes. I really want the Enterprise to get a little bit closer to Guadalcanal. Yeah. Oh, this is exciting. I don't want to move at 600x. Let's go with 60x. I would take something like 300x right now. That would be okay. Not as comfortable with... Okay. 600x, a little too much. Well, who else is going to launch airplanes? Come on. Just 2 Wildcats. This is kind of like a role-playing thing. We only need to launch 1 Wildcat. It's not like we need to. I just like to do it. Let's look at this side as well. I mean, that is technically the direction we're going, so probably good to know what's ahead of you. Just ready to launch again. We will. We really need to figure out what's going on out there. And you know what? I might even pause. I think it'd be worthwhile for us to just be doing huge scouting groups in like every direction from all my air bases. It's time for me to take this a little more seriously. Give me a second. Okay, we're all up. Here we go. These are going to be very busy, and the Enterprise is just going to keep launching until she's down to only 2 aircraft left. I mean, 4 aircraft left. So this is, I guess, the exact last amount that we can launch. I want more aircraft going this way. Okay, here we go. Yeah, well, we're not going to launch any more right now. Alright, Triton, that's okay. I think. We could, you're not, probably, let's keep investigating. I want you to go up this way, actually. Help out the Dauntlesses scouting potential targets. Yeah, we don't know where they are over here. This is weird. Oh my. We went right by Guadalcanal and didn't find anything. They were headed this way. Let's go up the slot in the last desperate attempt to find them. You're going to keep pushing beyond. You're going to move this way as well. Huh. Got them. Oh, we got them. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it on camera. This will be the last thing we do, but we are at Guadalcanal. Wildcats are there. I don't think I'm going to get them killed this time. Boy, they just really... Okay, wow, pause. Oof. Santa Cruz right next to us. Guadalcanal behind us, and the enemy convoy in front of us. Let's figure out which one we have here. We know that, yep, this is the wounded one. Even better. So we should have a good chance of sinking her. I'm going to come around. I'm not going to be launching nose on. I know that that was the way that they generally did it, but I'm really happy with the Vic formation broadside on. This is a game thing. Just so people who are showing their real depth of military World War II knowledge, that's great. It is true. Dive bombers would approach. I mean, the best approach for them is along the length of the ship, with the ship, so you minimize the difference in velocities. Anyway, we're not going to do that because this is a game, and we probably could do that actually and still be successful if we broke them into individual groups, but we can also do it just with 2 formations. Yeah, this is going to be perfect. Okay, and we're almost set for that already, so let's give orders quickly. Head north over Santa Cruz for now, and then you'll turn to make your final. Pretty much right away. And I will pause real fast and do the identifications, not that it's necessary. By the way, I don't know how many people were aware of this, but I'll mention it specifically. Last time I was talking about the Yugumo, which is a destroyer. I somehow mislabeled the Miyoko, so it became the Yugumo. I mean, this is really easy to do. If you've played this game, you understand how it happens. But then I didn't realize my error. I kept calling it the Yagumo. So that was the Myoko that we were trying to damage last time. Okay, so let me do identifications. Alright, they're all identified. We're ready to go. We are up against a potential Yagumo destroyer, speaking of them. I think I labeled it as a Kagero, but they're the same looking class in this game. So off we go. It's not my unpause button. I want to have the Wildcats, which they're going to be coming in and doing the spotting afterwards. I'm just going to get them really high up. And then move this way, and we'll have them move south after that. Let's get over to the Dauntlesses. Start picking our targets. Mogami for group number 1. Oh, okay, there's something interesting happening. And group number 5 is going to take the wounded Takao. Okay, let's go ahead and commence our attack. Turning on. Could have probably stood to wait a little bit longer to make my turn. But here we go. Expecting enemy flak to start very shortly here. Yeah, it's funny that the first ones firing are the merchant ships. That really tells you something. Diving, making our final. Both groups going in. Bombs away. Let's see what kind of hits we're getting. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. A dud bomb? That is a... You know, this... Is it just the Americans? But, oh, that is a lot of hits. That is a lot of hits. Okay, let me take control. These guys level out. Stop turning, stop turning, stop turning, stop turning, stop turning, stop turning. I'm a little frustrated only because I hit Q about 1,000 times there and they weren't listening to orders. Probably the same thing here. Okay, climb, 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 you devils. Only saving grace for us there was that they turned away from the enemy anyways in their turn. But we'll see if we actually make it out with all of them. That'll really be something. Okay, meanwhile, the wounded Takao, how is she doing? She is fighting fires. We do see some fires below. Hopefully some new flooding plaguing her. Takao is sinking. Alright. Whew. Oh man, some secondaries going off. Awesome. So far, no deaths. A lot of smoking airplanes, though. You can see them still smoking over there. Mogami is sinking. Oh my gosh, oh, this is a success. This is a great success. We really don't need to wait any longer because we didn't hit any other ships. No other damage could have been done. What an amazing victory. Wow. So we were wounded about this group. They still have the capability to reinforce Guadalcanal. In fact, they may have already even done so. We don't know. But what we do know is those are 2 heavy cruisers that will no longer be serving the Imperial forces. And a really big victory for the Americans. Of course, that's us. So we can retreat on out of this. And as the heavy cruisers slip below the waves, pat ourselves on the back, prepare ourselves for more to come in the next episode. So, what's up for us next? Get new troops, go take Guadalcanal. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching, and until the next episode, stay safe and take care.